before this neither, because it was just a word. Thanks, had no meaning. But now at least it has some sort of meaning. Thank you. And we beg Prabhupada's mercy that he holds on to us for the next year and keeps pushing this fat idiot further forward. And please, the Vaishnavas, be kind and merciful and forgive our offences. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Sri Radha Shama Sundara ki jai, Sri Krishna Bharama ki jai, Sri Gaur Nitaya ki jai, Nitaya Gaura Premanandi. Nityananda's mercy. Haribol, thank you, Prabhu. It's over to Prabhupada.
So we'd like to thank His Holiness Bhakti Bhurijan Maharaj. Very, very wonderful, heartfelt realizations of Srila Prabhupada's mercy. So next we have very senior disciple of Srila Prabhupada here in Vrindavan. She's been here serving for a long, long time. She knows all the secrets. Part of this restoration was by her inspiration. So she knows all of the secrets, being here for a long time before even me or many people. So I'd like to ask Devi Shakti to come and make her offering. So she's written the offering.
Request of our new devotees who are now managing the temple. Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept our humble obeisances at your lotus feet. All glories to your divine grace, who has spread the message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu throughout the world. Vrindavan is your home, and home is where your heart is. The proof is that you chose to remain here at your samadhi, so we could continue to have your association by serving you intimately here. As your servants in Vrindavan, we have a serious responsibility to maintain your home carefully, according to your directions. We're trying to put into effect your vision of ISKCON Vrindavan and offer you a garland of achievements this year, praying that you will accept this effort by the community. So this is a garland that we're offering. Each point is a flower in the garland. There's excellent attendance of the entire morning program by resident devotees and guests. The management is making all efforts to see that the devotees are fully engaged in service. There is a regular, well-attended evening program with Bhagavad Gita classes and arti. Your rooms at the Radha Damodar temple are peacefully occupied and the water supply is connected. An international brahmachari training college is being organized to train young men. ISKCON's first Bhakti Vaibhav course was a success, with 30 students attending. The Kartik festival brought together 5,000 devotees from all over the world. Food for Life is distributing more than 1,000 plates of khichdi every day in front of the temple. A welcoming committee now greets visitors and is available to assist them during their stay. Istagostis are held regularly to increase love and trust among the devotee community. Gurukula and temple devotees are communicating and coordinating. The temple managers are working closely to follow the directions you gave for Vrindavan. 24-hour kirtan has been going on steadily, enlivening the entire atmosphere. It's now been 18 years that the 24-hour kirtan has been going on without stop. The temple bell is always rung on time. The Bhaktivedanta Swami Gurukula has 110 students enrolled for next semester. The accounts department is functioning systematically and efficiently. Legal cases are being cleared up by your mercy. The temple grounds are clean and attractive. The Bhaktivedanta Swami Goshala is producing enough milk for the lordships and the Gurukula children. Pure cow ghee is made from the extra milk. The cows are in good health and the bulls are working. No cows or bulls are ever sold. The municipality has built a road to your Mayapur Vrindavan Trust ashram behind the temple. After Janmashtami, India's Prime Minister, Deputy Prime Minister, President and Vice President received Sri Krishna Prasadam from the Krishna Balaram Temple. A new temple at the holy place of Vrindavan in Nandagaon was inaugurated in February, and prasadam was distributed to 10,000 villagers. Food for Life has organized prasadam distribution and Krishna-conscious educational programs in surrounding villages. They now have a school where all these little children who have been coming for prasadam all these years, they all go to the Food for Life school every day, so they're learning how to read and write and all about Krishna consciousness. It's called the Sandipani Muni School. It's in Chaitanya Vihar. There is regular preaching in colleges in nearby towns and villages. The mail-out department is distributing thousands of your books through the post. All commercial activity has been removed around the temple area. The temple interior is being restored to its original design and colors. 25 acres of land has been given for Go Seva. 5 acres of land has been donated to construct a Vanaprastha ashram. A serious effort is being made to keep pigeons out of the temple. Your samadhi has been completely cleaned and polished, and repairs are being made. The guest house has added 15 rooms. The temple sewer line is under repair and will be connected to the municipal line. A new EPDX telephone system with facility for 100 intercom extensions has been installed. Zonal preaching is going on in many cities. Book distribution is increasing daily around the temple grounds. You have given us a great responsibility to maintain your home according to your standard. As you have said, charity begins at home. So we are trying to give the most valuable gifts of the holy name, your books, and a transcendently pleasing atmosphere to anyone who visits Vrindavan. It is a fact that since you established Krishna Balaram Mandir, Vrindavan has become world famous. Even in the summertime, the temple is crowded with pilgrims now. Your vision for Vrindavan was so vast, you set the foundation for spiritualizing the entire world from the beacon light of Vrindavan. We pray for the intelligence to carry out your vision successfully, so all living entities can come back home, back to Sri Vrindavan Dham by your causeless mercy. Your humble servants at Sri Krishna Balaram Mandir, Vrindavan, India. So that's an offering from all the devotees of the temple who have been working together to offer these achievements to Srila Prabhupada. Now, read just a little poem. Sometime back I took a tour of 9 countries in Eastern Europe, and this is what I found out. I took a preaching tour to spread your glories more, but everywhere I went, your message had been sent. I saw your murti there, with bhaktas dark and fair, praising your lotus feet amidst the kirtan sweet. I was amazed to see your fame in the world's 3. So many devotees, their life now you to please. They spoke in their own tongue. I listened as they sung. You seemed to understand each language in each land. Before you were just one. 13 times the world spun. We waited eagerly your lotus feet to see. But now you expanded, like Vrindadevi did. One pure devotee, she became many tulsi trees. Devotees worship you. So now, wherever I went, your murti had been sent. In Vani and now in Vapu, devotees worship you. Though they did not meet you, they love you as I do. By your instructions bound, they spread Harinam around. Such potency possessed, you free us from distress. Away from you we cry, where did you go and why? You captured us with love, your message from above. Our life to you we give. Please take us where you live. All glories to Srila.
We have all the devotees of Krishna Balaram Mandir. We'd like to thank Devi Shakti for the wonderful offering that she wrote on our behalf. And we especially want to thank her for this very beautiful, very moving poem that she's written of her realization of
Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Tilamane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharane Nivasesha Sanyavari Prashkati Desitarane. Please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. Please forgive all my offenses, for I, your tempestuous child, certainly has unlimitedly kicked his patient and merciful father. Although Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu descended to offer the entire world the highest benediction, I at times wonder why becoming truly Krishna conscious seems so difficult. I also wonder as to where hope and shelter lies for the confused world, your movement, and even for myself. I look to your words for guidance. Please accept this offering of 6 quotations of your own words from me, just as the Ganga and Jamuna rivers accepts a palmful of its own waters from its devotees. So I've just taken 6 quotations from Srila Prabhupada, from his books and some from his lectures, because I find that when I have questions, especially deep questions, if I sincerely look in Srila Prabhupada's books, then he very kindly offers answers to those questions. Indeed, Prabhupada left his books as a very powerful way to continue to associate with him. So here are 6 quotations that I'd like to offer to Srila Prabhupada. This one's from the Bhagavad Gita, 3:31, Prabhupada's purport. There are many philosophers who write comments on the Bhagavad Gita, but who have no faith in Krishna. They will never be liberated from the bondage of fruitive activities. But an ordinary man with firm faith in the eternal injunctions of the Lord, even though unable to execute such orders, becomes liberated from the bondage of the law of karma. In the beginning of Krishna consciousness, one may not fully discharge the injunctions of the Lord, but because one is not resentful of this principle and works sincerely without consideration of defeat and hopelessness, he will surely be promoted to the stage of pure Krishna consciousness. A second quotation from Nectar of Devotion. This kind of hopelessness felt by the Brahmins who are performing ritualistic ceremonies shows practically no attachment for Krishna. There is another hopelessness, however, which shows attachment for Krishna. When the bull demon attacked the damsels of Braja, they began to cry out, "Dear Krishna, please save us. We are now gone." This is hopelessness with attachment for Krishna. This is from a lecture of Srila Prabhupada's that he incorporated or was incorporated within his book, Teachings of Queen Kunti. We are suffering here in this material world without any shelter. We even see many people loitering in the street with no aim in life. When we go walking by the beach in the early morning, we see many young people sleeping or loitering there, aimless, confused, and not knowing what to do. But if we take shelter of Krishna, then we shall know, oh, now I have found my shelter. Then there will be no more confusion, no more hopelessness. I receive so many letters daily from people expressing how they have found hope in Krishna consciousness. Therefore, it is not a fact that Krishna descended here merely to collect some servants. Rather, he descended from Bhagavad Gita, 9th chapter, 1st verse. The devotees are constantly engaged in the Supreme Lord's service. The Lord understands the mentality and sincerity of a particular living entity who is engaged in Krishna consciousness and gives him the intelligence to understand the science of Krishna in the association of devotees. Discussion of Krishna is very potent. And if a fortunate person has such association and tries to assimilate this knowledge, then he will surely make advancement towards spiritual realization. Also from the Nectar of Devotion. Some scholars recommend that knowledge and renunciation are important factors for elevating oneself to devotional service. But actually this is not a fact. Actually, the cultivation or knowledge or renunciation which are favorable for achieving a footing in Krishna consciousness may be accepted in the beginning, but ultimately they may also come to be rejected. For devotional service is dependent on nothing other than the sentiment or desire for such service. It requires nothing more than sincerity. And the final quotation comes from just at the end of the Krishna book, and I was very surprised and delighted to find it this morning. Here it is. This isn't just at the very end. It's actually an expansion of the final text in the 90th and the final verse in the 10th canto. This is what Prabhupada says in the Krishna book. Following in the footsteps of Srila Vyasadeva, Sukadeva Goswami, and all the acharyas in disciplic succession following in their footsteps, the whole population of the world should glorify Lord Krishna. And for their best interest, they should take to this Krishna consciousness movement. The process is easy and helpful. It is simply to chant the Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Lord Chaitanya has therefore recommended that one be callous to the material ups and downs. Material life is temporary, and so the ups and downs of life may come and go. When they come, one should be as tolerant as a tree and as humble and meek as the straw in the street. But certainly, he must engage himself in Krishna consciousness by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, the super soul of all living entities, out of his causeless mercy, comes down and manifests his different transcendental pastimes in different incarnations. Hearing the attractive pastimes of Lord Krishna's different incarnations is a chance for liberation for the conditioned soul. And the most fascinating and pleasing activities of Lord Krishna himself are still more attractive because Lord Krishna personally is all attractive. Following in the holy footsteps of Srila Sukadeva Goswami, we have tried to present this book, Krishna, for being read and heard by the conditioned souls of this age. By hearing the pastimes of Lord Krishna, one is sure and certain to get salvation and be transferred back home, back to Godhead. It is stated by Sukadeva Goswami that as we hear the transcendental pastimes of the Lord, we gradually cut the knots of material contamination. Therefore, regardless of what one is, if one wants the association of Lord Krishna in the transcendental kingdom of God for eternity in blissful existence, one must hear about the pastimes of Lord Krishna and chant the Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. The transcendental pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna are so powerful that simply by hearing, reading, and memorizing this book, Krishna, one is sure to be transferred to the spiritual world which is ordinarily very difficult to achieve. The description of the pastimes of Lord Krishna is so attractive that it automatically gives us an impetus to study repeatedly. And the more we study the pastimes of the Lord, the more we become attached to Him. This very attachment to Krishna makes one eligible to be transferred to His abode, Goloka Vrindavan. That was the end of that quotation. So Srila Prabhupada, on this holy Vyasa Puja day in which we celebrate your appearance, I pray to you for the strength and sincerity to become and always remain your surrendered servant. Shishashteham Sarimam Datanam. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
We'd like to thank Bhurijan for his beautiful garland and Prabhupada's personal ecstasies. Because many times, especially the grand disciples, you may think, oh, we need to be in association with Prabhupada. And even some of us disciples, we think, well, you know, all the GBCs and Hasis, they get association with Prabhupada after them. No good. But actually, Prabhupada said these purports are my personal ecstasies. So that association, that wasn't available even if you were a big sannyasi or GBC or something. And Prabhupada was transcending everybody without a guru. Like that. So that same association, that's the most personal. Prabhupada is a personal ecstasy. That's the most personal association. You just open up any one of Prabhupada's books. Wherever you are, anywhere in the world, wherever you are, whenever you take birth, for the next 10,000 years, you open up Prabhupada's books and you get Prabhupada's personal ecstasy. So, the next, I would like to call another God sister who spends most of her time here in Vrindavan. So I'm making ask Manjari Mataji to please come forward and make her offering for us to the Prabhupada.
Gyananjanam Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. For me, the hardest thing in the world is to glorify Srila Prabhupada. Because how can I possibly do justice to the greatness of Srila Prabhupada? And how can I properly honor him who's saved my life? So I ask for the mercy of the Vaishnavas here that I'll be able to properly glorify my spiritual master. There is a beautiful prayer that's written by Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. It goes, Nama Shreshtam Manu Abhishachi Putra Matra Sarupam Rupam Tasyagarajam Urupurim Maturim Gostavati Radha Kundam Giriviram Maho Radhakamar Vasham Prapto Yasya Pradita Kripaya Shri Guruntam Natosmi. I offer this prayer to Srila Prabhupada every day. It reminds me of him in so many ways. It begins Nama Shreshta Manu. This is the most excellent name, Nam, which is full of all ideals, all truth, all wisdom. There is this verse in the Chaitanya Charitamrita in which Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is describing who is an Uttama Adhikari. So in that, he says, an Uttama Adhikari is one by whose mere sight one naturally, this causes Krishna Nam to dance on one's tongue. And I saw this personally with Srila Prabhupada, how Srila Prabhupada, by his presence, he inspired Krishna Bhakti in the hearts of so many people, either by meeting him personally or even just hearing about him. There's this amazing quality. It was magical. Prabhupada would come, and people who were not even favorable would end up positive. He changed the hearts of so many. The next verse, the next line is, Abhi Sachi Putra. This is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now when Prabhupada was in Hawaii, it was in 1972, he installed the Panchatattva deities. And when he installed the deities, he said that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepts no offense in the worship of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He said in Radha Krishna worship, it's more demanding, and there's always the danger of seva aparad. But Mahaprabhu is the personification of Audarya. We see this in the verse, Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prem Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gaura Tushe Namaha. Magnanimity and compassion. This is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Srila Prabhupada is a manifestation of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy for all of us. I come from Hawaii. It's like a little dot in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. But Srila Prabhupada came there, and there were 750,000 people, and out of those he found me. This is Audarya. This is an example of causeless mercy. There was no reason other than to save us that Srila Prabhupada came to the West. And it's his causeless mercy that we were able to come, because I can speak for myself, I had no qualifications to become a devotee of Krishna. But by Prabhupada's mercy, we were able to do so. The next words are Atrasarupa. Now, this can refer to Sarup Damodar. Sarup Damodar, as we hear in Chaitanya Charitamrita, is Lalita. And there's a very nice ashtakam for Lalita, in which it says that seeing any maiden in Braj who is favorable to Radharani, Lalita goes and she takes that girl and she brings her to Radharani, and she begs Radharani to please accept her into her group. And because Lalita is so dear to Radharani, Radharani is obliged to accept this person. And so this is Prabhupada has also done this for us. He's taken us, and because he has seen in us some attraction to Krishna, he's taken us and he's brought us, and Krishna will be obliged, Krishna and Radharani will be obliged to accept us because of Prabhupada. The other thing about Sarup Damodar is that he was the personal secretary to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And because of Sarup Damodar, no unqualified person were able to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he would have not, in any circumstances, allow those who expressed rasa bhas to come in Mahaprabhu's association and disturb his mood. In that way, Srila Prabhupada was also very strict. There was in Los Angeles some time ago, there was this Gopi Bhav club. And in this club, there were unqualified people who were trying to jump ahead. You know, these people later ended up growing marijuana to support themselves and things like that. But they were reading certain verses, trying to attain the mood of Gopi Bhav, which, you know, nothing wrong, but they weren't qualified. And Srila Prabhupada very, very strictly put a stop to it. Another time in Iran, there was this guy who was a reporter. He came to Prabhupada, and he was trying to describe Sufism to Prabhupada. And he was saying, he was saying how wonderful the Sufi poets are, and how how beautiful their poetry is. And there was this one poet, he was saying how he was describing the face of God in his poetry. And Prabhupada said, oh? And he said, yes. And he, in his poetry, he likens the face of God to the face of a beautiful woman. And this poet is Ibn Arabi, by the way. And Prabhupada said, the face of a beautiful woman? And he said, yes. And Prabhupada said, so therefore, in Islam, they say that God has no form. Because otherwise these rascals will say that God's form is like the most beautiful thing that they can think of, which is a beautiful woman. Now, in Islam, they don't say God has no form. But they say that we cannot know the form of God. But anyway, this is a minor point, which Prabhupada also knew. But he was making this point. And in so many ways, Prabhupada was strict to cut something that he understood that would be detrimental to our Krishna consciousness, even to the point of making it very, very clear. And the next line is Rupa Tasyagajam. This verse refers to Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami. And you can also say, because the word Tasyagajam is used, that it refers to Rupa Manjari and Sanatana Goswami, who's Lavanga Manjari. But in any case, Prabhupada would always say that we are Rupanugas. And this idea of being a Rupanuga is an exalted thing. All Anugas cannot become Raganugas, and all Raganugas cannot become Rupanugas. To be a Rupanuga, what is this? It means to be following in the line of Rupa Goswami. In the Sadhaka state, it's to follow Rupa Goswami. In the Siddha state, it's to follow Rupa Manjari. The special feature, what is this special feature of Rupa Goswami? This is that Rupa Goswami understood the Manobhishta of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale. Because he understood the Manobhishta, he was able to establish his mission on the world, in this world. And what is this Manobhishta? He says it's in, I forget which book. Maybe it's Vedanta Madhava or Lalita. Anyway, Anarpitam Chirit Chirat Karunaya Vitirna Kalo Samakaitu Munato Jularasam Swabati Shriyam Hari Purata Sundara Duty Kadamba Sandipita Sada Pridaya Kandareva Sachinandana. So, another thing is that in another way that Prabhupada is following in the line of Srila Rupa Goswami, that there's this verse. It goes, Priya Swarupe. This is the verse, by the way, that when you look at the Rupa Goswami Samadhi, on the right-hand side, there's a verse and it's written in Bengali. This is the verse. It goes, Priya Swarupe, Daita Swarupe, Prema Swarupe, Swabhiva, Sahajabhi Rupe, Nijana Rupe, Prabhu Eka Rupe, Tatana Rupe, Swaminasa Rupe. So, I'm not going to quote the whole thing, but in the end it says that Srila Rupa Goswami, because he understood he was able to write, he was empowered by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to write his books. But it's because he understood the heart of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that he was able to write his books. So similarly, because Srila Prabhupada understood the heart of Srila Rupa Goswami and the heart of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was also able to write so many books. This was so nicely described by the other speakers. How many books and how wonderful it is. Millions of books have been distributed, and Prabhupada has written these wonderful commentaries. So, let's see. And the
the next verse is Urupurim Maturim Goshtavatim. That means the extended area of Mathura Mandala or Raj. Our Guru Maharaj, our Srila Prabhupada has given us this Vrindavan. He's allowed us to come here. We didn't even know about Vrindavan before. You know, I can speak for myself. I didn't know about Vrindavan. I wouldn't have any idea. Even the people that come to India, they don't know. It's a secret. But Prabhupada has not only allowed us to come here, but he's given us the vision to understand what Vrindavan really is. And so we can understand that on the surface of what we see, underneath there is the pastimes of Radha and Krishna going on. I mean, we may not be able to see it now, but we understand that it's a holy dham. And we can get the benefit of this holy dham just by being here and practicing devotional service. And I can tell you, it's like practicing devotional service in Vrindavan. Prabhupada said that it's like you're on the lap of Radharani. It's supported. We're so fortunate to be able to do that. So the next one is Radha Kundam Girivanam. Here we have Prabhupada has glorified Radha Kund in Visheshamrita as the topmost spiritual place in the universe. And he showed us an example in his own life and how we should desire Giri Govardhana. At the end, Prabhupada's repeated request was that he be able to go to Govardhan. And we can see this in the prayers of Raghunath Das Goswami, Nija Nikata Nivasam Dehi Govardhanatvam. Please grant me residence by your side. Radhika Madhavasha. This means to hope for Radha and Madhava. So I've seen how the name of Krishna, Madhava, is very prominent with Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada would chant Jai Radha Madhava. And also in Mayapur, which Prabhupada said was his place of worship, he installed Radha Madhava. And asham means hope. Now, there's different ways of understanding this hope. I know that Srila Maharaj, in his translation of this verse, he translated it as assurance. I thought that was a little strange, but I looked it up in the dictionary, and it's like when you say, well, I hope that it won't rain today, that maybe it will rain, maybe it won't, this kind of hope. But there's another way of understanding the word hope. When you say, I have hope, that's like saying, I have trust, or I have assurance. And so in this way I understand that Prabhupada has given us assurance of the attainment of Shri Shri Radha Madhava. And it ends with Prabhupada Yasya Pratita Kripaya Shri Gurun Tamnasvosmi. It means having attained your all-encompassing mercy, I offer my obeisances unto your lotus feet. Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Great jewel from the chest of Raghunath Das Goswami's treasure chest, and describing all the jewel-like qualities of Srila Prabhupada in the ancient scriptures. So I'm just amazed around, no one's coming. So somehow we don't get to you the morning session. I'd like to remind everyone, at 6 o'clock in Prabhupada's house, Ramananda and Gardoni, one of the first two disciples of Srila Prabhupada, will start off the program there. So another chance in Srila Prabhupada's house this evening. Because I wasn't putting any, usually, I haven't been here for 4 or 5 years, but I'm just amazed. Every time we turn around, another Prabhupada disciple, another one, like that. So, anyway, there's another nice devotee here. He comes to Vrindavan quite often because he's always dealing with cows. So he likes to come whenever he can to Vrindavan. So and he brought he has his own personal guru that travels with him. So I'd like to ask Jagannath Prabhu to please make
Krishna Prashmate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Kacharane Navesesha Shanyati Pastita Desha Tarane Vanchagatru Vyascha Kripa Sindhu Vecha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Prabhupada ki Jai. Dear Srila Prabhupada, by your causeless mercy, we are again able to offer you glorification on your appearance day. This day is most auspicious, for you are an intimate confidential associate of Lord Krishna and have descended from the transcendental realm of Goloka Vrindavan into this material world to engage in the pastimes of delivering the fallen souls. You are directly Krishna's representative, the Supreme Personality of Servitor Godhead. Potency, you are revealing our eternal spiritual nature, our relationship with Lord Krishna, the activities in that relationship, and the ultimate goal of life, which we all know now is Krishna Prema. You are the only friend and well-wisher of the living entities in this material world. Lord Krishna said, one can only become the devotee, his devotee, by becoming the devotee of his devotee. You are that devotee, Srila Prabhupada. You have appeared here as Lord Krishna's authorized and empowered representative to bring us back home, back to Godhead. How could we ever glorify you enough or repay you for what you have done for us? You have bestowed the greatest treasures on the fallen souls of Kali Yuga. You have given the whole world the precious jewels of the holy names of the Lord, the Srimad Bhagavatam, Tulsi Devi, the deity of Lord Krishna, and Shri Vrindavan Dham, along with the 9 processes of devotional service. You have picked us up from a filthy place, and with great care and love, you have given us a place at your lotus feet in the spotlessly pure abode of Shri Shri Radha Shyama Sundar. What can we say? Your glories are unlimited and overwhelming. By glorifying you, our hearts are purified, and through our purified hearts, you are awakening us to our spiritual existence. May we always glorify you more and more, ever increasingly, desiring to remain eternally fixed in unalloyed pure devotional service at your divine lotus feet. When you were once asked to show a miracle, you lovingly pointed to your disciples who you had raised from the depths of material life. I am one such miracle. And, by your mercy, I aspire to eternally serve you and their lordships Shri Shri Nitai Gaur Sundar and Shri Shri Radha Shyama Sundar. As a grown-up or growing-up disciple, I am aware of the tremendous responsibilities and obligations that a disciple has to his spiritual master. I must become sober or serious about developing love for Krishna, so I can then selflessly serve you in spreading Lord Chaitanya's mission in this world. Please bless me so that I can give up my petty material existence and join you and assist you in relishing the ecstatic mellows of love for Krishna and in distributing love for Krishna to everyone. By your mercy, may this desire ever increase and burn all other desires to ashes. You are delivering me from ignorance, and all that is good in me is nothing other than your mercy. Please let this desire to serve you be fulfilled by your causeless mercy. All glories and unlimited obeisances unto you, Srila Prabhupada. May your most auspicious appearance in my heart and in the heart of everyone in this world be eternally and fully manifest. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
It was Bombay ISKCON, and my parents used to serve Prabhupada a lot, so I got a lot of association in terms of I would take his breakfast for him every morning and go for the evening programs over there. And I think the only reason probably I became a devotee is because of all the love Srila Prabhupada gave me. Shyama Sundar Prabhu had a daughter named Saraswati, and we were kind of around the same age, so we used to play all over Prabhupada's quarters. And numerous occasions he would chastise us for making noise, but most of the time he was very kind and very sweet. And the morning times when I would take Prabhupada's prasadam, he liked idlis and vadas. So my mother used to cook every morning for Srila Prabhupada, and I would get to take it to him every morning. And I would stand there shamelessly waiting for him to give me something in return. I was controlled by my tongue. I still am controlled by my tongue, but he would always give me what I brought, and I'd say, I got so much of that at home, I want the sweet on your plate. And I would stand there with my hand waiting. A lot of times he would tease me and give me something salty or a Corella or, something to tease me. But he would give me the rasgulla or the sandesh on his plate. In the evening, I used to be so restless, I'd go for the, he would give class, a darshan in the evening. I was very young. I wasn't ready to listen to philosophy. I would sit there, fidgeting because I wanted the para they would give out after class. And sometimes he was merciful enough, he would tell that she can go home and play. But sometimes he would make me sit there and wait till the end before he had this huge plate of maha he would give out. And I would have my hand out there. He would never give me it till the last, and he'd give me something like a piece of pomegranate or something, not something that I wanted, and I wanted the sweet. So a lot of times he would tease you like that. Just his playful mood or the way he would treat you, how kind he was, how gentle he was. And it makes you, thank him because of that. You're here, you're chanting Hare Krishna, you're Vrindavan now, you have your children, you're teaching them the same way how to chant and how to perfect their lives and go back to Godhead. Every time you go see him, it used to be, you'd have that excitement in your heart. You were so excited you were going to go up there, and you were, as devotees, sometimes they give, they tell you about different pastimes. They tell you how they would get afraid that Prabhupada was going to chastise them for something they've done wrong, But we were fearless about that part. You would go, and talk to Prabhupada just like a little child would go talk to their parents, And I remember this one incident we had, it was Diwali, and everyone loves to, firecrackers on Diwali. And devotees take rest early, and we used to like staying up late. Those were the only times your parents would let you stay up late and have fun. So we would want to stay up late and do firecrackers. And I remember this one Mataji, she was so angry, she poured water from the Brahmacharini ashram on us. And at that time, me and my brothers, I have two brothers, we kind of marched up to Prabhupada's quarters. And I remember Chaitanya Guru said, no, Prabhupada's resting, you can't go in. So I was like, no, we have to talk to him. This is very urgent. So we were making a big commotion outside, which later Prabhupada let us come in. And of course, my brothers, pushed me in front because I was the littlest and I guess the mouthiest. So I went there and, I'd say, they won't let us break, firecrackers, and it's Diwali, we have to do it. First, Prabhupada said, no, we have to take rest, I'm like, no, but we have to do it, I said, but it's Lord Ramchandra, he's coming home, we have to do firecrackers. So then he said, up to 10 o'clock and that's it. So we were like, yay, we're victorious, and went there and, did the biggest bombs that we could find. And I remember the next day, Mother Kanta had to come down and bring me a big plate of Mahaprasadam, and she kind of had to apologize for what she did, I guess, But, being with Prabhupada was something every child would desire, or every devotee or aspiring devotee would desire to have a relationship like that where, you could go there and talk to him or say something or be with him. He would tell me to bring his slippers. He would always put me to service, always do something, take his danda, hit me on my head, so it was wonderful, and I'm so happy that Krishna was kind and Prabhupada was kind enough to, let me, I guess I'm not very good with chastisement, as my husband will tell you. He can't correct me, I'm never wrong, so Prabhupada never chastised me in that way. He always just gave me love. He knew how each person ticked, I guess. So certain devotees he would chastise and they would still love him. Certain devotees he was very kind with. I was one of those devotees that just got all the sweet mercy and the nectar. So with Prabhupada's grace, my family and me, we're still here in Vrindavan chanting. I hope we always stay at his lotus feet. Haribol.
So what? Next we have two devotees who traveled all the way from Sarvabhauma
Swaminitchanamani, Namaste Vati Devi Gauravani Pacharane, Neversesha Sunyavati Pasachakarane, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Vrindavan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So I'm spellbound, awestruck to some degree, being here, seeing so many wonderful God brothers and sisters and devotees I've never met before. I've spent most of my 20 years or so in the Vancouver area on the West Coast, some degree, and I've come here 4 times. I guess the first encounter is through his devotees. Is one who says he's my devotee, not my devotee, but a devotee of a devotee, but a devotee, my devotee. So my first encounter was with experience was through the devotees in '74 in Vancouver, and it was a kirtan that was happening outside a George Harrison Khan and Ravi Shankar. So I went with him, and I was really impressed by seeing the devotees jumping up and down, and I stood there for about 15 minutes just watching them before I went into the concert. I went into the concert, and when I went into that concert, George Harrison, of course, playing, and some people were booing and some people were cheering, because I thought what he was doing was although I didn't know what it was a beautiful trip. I was a very degraded person. I still am. So that was my first encounter, in a sense, through his devotees. My dear God brother, when he joined in Hawaii, he had a kind of a profound experience that comes into my psyche or my mind. And it was before, this is the first time actually Srila Prabhupada had come to Hawaii. So when Srila Prabhupada actually somehow the devotees gave a cassette of Prabhupada chanting, so it was throughout the whole airport. I don't know if anybody was there at that time. It was a whole kirtan going through the whole airport. And for Prabhupada's arrival there, and the devotees were down and ecstatically waiting for his arrival. And person making Madhua, he noticed it. That when some devotees were crying, different emotions beyond my comprehension, but one was, in particular, was seeing not a devotee, but a worker, like one of the people, just drop everything and just start crying when they saw Srila Prabhupada. I don't know how to really get to Srila Prabhupada. I'm just a fool on any, except when I hear the other devotees speak, it gives me, or hearing pastimes or stories. Another brother, you know him as Drita Rastra, and he spent a lot of time here. We associate a lot in the early years in Vancouver. When he joined, before he joined, he was at Laguna Beach, and he said he was a beach bum. Felt like a pretty degraded fellow, he told. And when he was, the devotees were saying he'd just go there and take prasadam at Laguna Beach. And the devotees told him, well, Srila Prabhupada's coming tomorrow. He should come and see him. So he thought, well, I'll come to Srila Prabhupada. But he was sleeping with other hippies at that time. So he said, Prabhupada came to him in a dream. He says, aren't you coming to see me? Aren't you coming? Why are you sleeping? Aren't you coming to see me? He'd never seen Prabhupada. He waited up. So he got up, he bathed, and then he ran up and opened the door to the temple in Laguna Beach. And when he opened it, Prabhupada looked up at him, and his eyes just went right through him, and he goes, oh my God, he knows me. And he looks in this way and imitated what he saw the devotees. He just felt this. And in there he said, I have to surrender, and he did. It was just shortly after he met devotees again at the Rainbow Festival, and then he joined. I had this calling 5 to go to India. I overcame, was going to meet someone that would change my whole life. I didn't know who or what. I I didn't know who Krishna was. I didn't know who God was. You know, Krishna, of course. I didn't know anything except I wanted who was living a manifestation of Sofer, who was living the Word of God in a spirit of an essence world now. I was thinking in those terms somewhat. So, 6 months, and never less. Thing that kept coming in my business or heart somehow or other, that got to go to India to meet someone your whole life coming back. So finally, I never had a real desire to come. But this pushing, somehow I came. I was 23. I had longer anyway, I met this yogi in the border in Nepal. His name was Satnam. He was a Kali Yuga mystic yogi. He could faith heal, he could read my mind, even not without hallucination. He actually had an aura, etc. I had a lot of encounters with my mentor or shepherd or guru. But at the end he said, cutting story short, I don't want to bore everybody, but it was interesting. He told me, he said, if you admit you know not everything by reading, this is what he told me, that's why I'm here today. And Prabhupada spiritually, he told me, he said, if you just read Bhagavad Gita as it is, by its divine grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Prabhupada Ki Jai, to read that book, you know nothing, you'll know everything through that book. And we haven't met chances which are. So I was affected by this yogi. I was into mystic type things, faith healing. Somehow, what came through that manifestation, his book. I had another friend, a German friend, who became a devotee, help slave, I believe his name, in Swiss, Germany. His name was Johann. He came with me. We met there, and he was looking also. He bought a Bhagavad Gita. He went to Kathmandu, we went, and he bought a Gita in German, one in English, and he was glorifying Prabhupada in this book. Bhagavad Gita, Iron Butterfly. I had no understanding or comprehension except this yogi. But Prabhupada, to me, it comes over and over again. Crippled psyche that Srila Prabhupada is very much alive and wants to help all of us get back to Godhead. And I so much coming since this trip, trying to inspiring devotee or bhakta. But I've noticed in this trip that I've taken to India, it's run so smoothly. I've had he was smiling, this whole face. Some devotees, forgive me, I can't tell the names, but I can see so much, seeing Bhurijan, Prabhu again, and wanting to hold my hand and smile at me. Many devotees, forgive me if I am. So, but Prabhupada is coming through when Prabhupada is there somehow to feed down. And we wanting Prabhupada's mercy, we can feel that, and through the process that he's given, of course, we know that how we treat each other, love for me, after golden, basically your love for me, so how it is very, very important, grand disciple family, and we all want to help each other go back home, back to Godhead, and Prabhupada's right here, somehow he's watching us. I pray that I get that mercy, not get in the way, and do a little something for Prabhupada in this life. My incoherencies, my shortcomings, Prabhu's. And please pray for me that I can go on and serve, show me the ways of the Dham here, or you help me. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Offering to Srila Prabhupada, reminding us that Prabhupada has never left. He's living in the hearts of all his disciples, Lord. Next, I'd like to ask Lord, please come and make loving to this Jesus Srila Prabhupada.
Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauranindravi Sisasanipasasaradharani. Today I feel very happy because I had a child on this very day. The idea is that if we offend a devotee, then the best thing to do on some occasion, by Krishna's mercy, we can glorify him. But that's how I feel today, that I actually misunderstood and misused Prabhupada association and to make all my offenses by glorifying him. So, all I want to say is that in the West, see Prabhupada's influence. There's nobody else. I don't have any other guru, or aspire to have any other guru, but Srila Prabhupada, because I think he's the greatest guru, and I learned everything, and now I'm really grateful in my life. So I don't have any other aspiration. Diksha comes from Prabhupada. I don't mind hearing somebody that is in the line of Prabhupada, but I don't have any other aspiration anywhere else. So on this very day, Prabhupada wants to tell you that you're only spiritual, and that you're being very tolerant to me, and you're always giving me a lot of good counsel always, and that I cannot utilize nicely. It's like somebody elaborated computer, all the latest gadget, but all they do is do some abstraction. So I feel I have a guru like yourself. I can only add and subtract different things, and I don't have any access to anything else that you can give me right now. What I can understand, power and see by the effect it has on the world where I am in that yesterday or a couple of days ago, I went on the other side, a cloth merchant there, and we were buying some dhoti, and we were joking, and I said, oh, everything here, he was selling me a gamsha, and I said, oh, this is made in India. And in India, and he started to laugh. I said, yeah, made in India, like that. But then he said, well, actually, recently, these people manufacturing Radha Krishna more than everything. They have Laddu Gopal deities, and then the Hindu people are so shocked by how precise and how beautiful those deities are. They're just spelled by all this Krishna conscious paraphernalia coming from China. So I said, why do they want this? Why do they want to take over the market and just make money? And if they want to make money, there must be a market out there for Krishna conscious paraphernalia. So in this way, I can understand how Krishna must be spreading in the world. Why would they do that? And in the West, thing like Vancouver, there's some ad from some firm, and they use the word dharma quite often. They use the word karma, and I don't remember, but they use those terms. I mean, I understand those terms. I use them to make people cross that. And now in the West, McDonald's was like the biggest meat eating factory in the world. They have a section just vegetarian food because it is so great for vegetarian. Now they want $1, so they have like a section. So why is that? It was not like so, but because Prabhupada is so powerful. And here in the Dham, same thing. I came here in 1977. It was just one little British Brasi selling, what do you call it, lassi and milk. And we used to go there, got night. There was a whole plaza out there, and paved the Parakram Road, and so many people here. So this is best to get aside. This is because of Prabhupada that all this development is happening. So Vrindavan is expanding so much.
Yeah. Krishna appeared yesterday, and thank you. And is Nanda. Krishna here, as Dina Bandhu must have done, right? They all have a very ecstatic festival, and in ecstasy they go a little crazy, having Krishna manifest in their presence. They dance, sing, throw prashadam here and there, generally lose in an ocean of bliss. So on this day, Prabhupada appeared. So for the disciple, the appearance of the spiritual master is the appearance of Krishna. Through the spiritual master, we get Krishna. In the material world, people are afflicted with a terrible chronic condition, selfishness. They put themselves at the center of reality
and try to arrange things so that they can fulfill desires created by the interaction with the energy, that they think desires their own. But that is not the spiritual world. The spiritual world, through prem, which is the nature of the soul, Nitya Siddha Krishna, everyone is selfish. When it's flute and the Gopiya Krishna's flute, they don't think, let me enjoy with Krishna. They think, Krishna is calling me for his service. He wants to see me, let me go. They're not polluted by selfishness. Lord Chaitanya has explained, they are the greatest devotees, their worship the greatest. But in the material, we're afflicted by this selfishness. And it is so chronic that we always judge everything. Come to spirit life, and this infection of selfishness may remain. This is another form of enjoyment. But actually, spiritual life starts when we develop Guru Seva, Guru Seva Bhav. The mood is to Krishna, pure devotee, Srila Prabhupada. So Srila Prabhupada exists. He always presented himself as nothing more than the servant of his own spiritual master. This is the ultimate glory of the disciple. He only does everything in the mood of service to his Guru. And this is his, when Rupa describes the 64 items of Vaidhi Bhakti, he starts with surrender and service to the Guru. Take instruction from the Guru and serve him. So through the Guru, we can develop the seva that is essential spiritual life. This seva bhav, moves service to Guru, all the devotional activities will not bear their fruit. This is the very root. That verse is there. Want Krishna Prem. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem. Within the heart, it is the natural. It is not something to be gained outside force or outside source. It is there within the heart. What is the catalyst that will awaken that? Guru Seva, Seva Bhav. So we must never forget this. We have to, that we are in devotional service just as another form of enjoyment, manipulate everything for power, position, money, my idea. No. We have to follow in the footsteps of Srila Prabhupada. Mahajayena Gataswapan. We have to adopt the mood, even if it is artificial, that I am simply the servant of my Guru. We have to research the order of the Guru, and as Prabhupada says, the order of the Guru is the life and soul of the disciple. If we consciously, actually his mood is in the purified soul. Out of love, become unselfish. Out of enmity, become selfish. Prem is the nature of the soul. It is the Jaiva Dharma. It is the intrinsic nature. But we want to awaken it through the service to the Guru. Adopt his action as the Nishid Siddha Krishna Prasadu Kabunai Shravanadi Sudha Chitte Karide Udai. So we follow Sradi, or this hearing and chanting and the 9 processes as the Guru. Simply for this reason. Unfavorable servant, I am obeying your orders, Prabhupada. I have no desire for material enjoyment or speculative philosophy, simply your servant. When this mentality is there, in the soul, the potency of Krishna consciousness is fully revealed. The light in the darkness is the search to the Guru. Without this Guru, Guru Krishna Prasadi by Bhakti Latabeet, we cannot get Krishna. We cannot get transcendental life without Guru. The third offense against the holy name, Guru, to miss the order of the Guru. As long as there is aparad in our chanting, there will never be praying. We cannot minimize the order of the Guru. The order of the is the axiomatic principle of spiritual life. So on this day, can take Prabhupada, his life, on the order of his Guru. My only credit is that I did not change anything. Why did Prabhupada go to America? Was it his idea? No. It was the order of his Guru. Why did he print books?
the order of his guru. If you went to print books, but he did translate and preach the order of his. Prabhupada never presented himself as anything other than the order carrier of his guru. So this is the ultimate glory of Sri Prabhupada. And because he pursued all the instructions of the guru in an unchanged fashion, potency. The potency comes, one gets the potency not from austerity, but from Krishna. And Krishna gives that potency to the person who follows the order of the guru. Even if he follows properly, at least he's aspiring to that. This is the position of the sadhaka. The Uttamadhikari achieve that transcendental union with truth, with Krishna. But the sadhaka is trying to attain that. So it is essential on an ecstatic day like this that we reawaken our dedication to Srila Prabhupada. Meditate on how he built his whole life around the service to his guru. And this is how we must dedicate our life. We should not sit on the fence. We have to make that commitment. We are Tatasta Shakti. The fence is very comfortable. We should jump down. We jump down on the spiritual side. And the way to do that is by adopting the order of the Guru as our very life and soul. So we are very fortunate. I remember I've met a personality like Srila Prabhupada. I remember back in the 70s, the word came around that Prabhupada said we should only eat 4 chickpeas a day, not 5. remember? Not 3, but 4 chickpeas. And I remember we'd hard in the morning, and they'd count out 4 chickpeas. And but can I have some more? I like chickpeas. Prabhupada said 4, and that's 4. So actually, that was an over-exaggeration of Prabhupada. Prabhupada just said that. Somebody had asked, how many chickpeas should you have? They were high protein, and they cause agitation. Prabhupada said, oh, 4 is enough. But that offhand number that Prabhupada gave became the written law. So we were so fortunate. You remember? Were there 4 or 4.5? Anyway, we were so fixed on the order of Srila Prabhupada that when Prabhupada said, oh, 4 is enough, that became the written law. Now this is what we have to maintain in our society. The strict adherence to Prabhupada. This is Guru Avagya, means to minimize. Oh, Prabhupada is not appearing here anymore. Now this is Maya Shakti. We have to have that dedication. If you don't find it collectively, you have to find it in your own heart. This is our success. Follow Srila Prabhupada. And as Prabhupada said, read my books. Everything is in my books. You will find everything there. Maybe not how many chickpeas to eat. But you will find so much guidance on how to give classes, who should be guru, who is to be guru, what is the methodology, how to manage the book fund, how to manage the temples, how to elect presidents. So our success will not be anything other than living according to exactly how Srila Prabhupada described we should live. Only success. We're not able to do it perfectly. But when Krishna sees, yes, they are trying, they are wanting to becoming nothing other than the servant of Krishna's servant, he will give all blessing to us. This is the promise. This is the best of life. Simply to be a servant of the Guru. So, I know you are all servants of the Guru. And in this way, I'm inspired to say these things. So please don't take any offense. Bhurijan is making me speak. So I want to thank you all much for inspiring me and reminding me of principle on this most ecstatic day. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you very much.
That's full right. So suddenly the thing, we had two person, and one devotee was there in LA named Divya, and he was sent to Australia. Now being Americans, we weren't going to stand for that, you know. The British, they were strong, but so somebody really wrote to Prabhupada, willing to see Prabhupada. I know my brain with these silly questions. He said, if you're an elephant, you're like an elephant. If you're a mosquito, you're like a mosquito. So, but in Australia, it went on for 6 months. All the Brahmanas, they were freaking out. You know, Deepa came to Prabhupada said, Chapati built up the rice, and big Australian Brahman freaking out. Chapati. That's my serious need for the outside world. Oh, he got rid of that after 2 weeks. So we have to also be intelligent. Anyway, thanks. There's flying all around here and there. I never see a Vaishnava. Somebody's on the way. But when we were in Delhi, I suddenly looked up. I say with another Vaishnava flying there. Doing anything, and I never see any Vaishnavas here on this plane. But we came together on the same plane, I think. So I'd like to ask Sarvabhauma if he's got to make his offering to them to see what should have.
Mukham karati vacham Vangam Jaripatamaham Bande Sri Guru Dinatarinam Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine Namaste Ashate Guravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavati Paschatya Deshatarine Krishna Ekacheta Madamoha Vinashakarin Madrishti Gochara Pada Swami Dashakti Parishambhute Sanchintayami Charana Tava Bhakti Heta. Actually, this last offering, this last prayer was posed by one of Prabhupada's disciples, Sharma his name was, and he would compose every morning just before Gautam class here in Vrindavan an offering to Srila Prabhupada. The Gurukul book, the old Gurukul book has these prayers. So the last prayer that I chanted because it speaks about how one has to purify one's own consciousness to be able to see anything which is transcendental, is beyond purview of perception. And my offering today would be to try to concentrate on this realization that I've wanting to deeper into is of setting on his character, on his personality, on his position and his relationship, eternal service to his worshipable deity, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the united form, Sri Radha and Madhava. And although all of us, we may try to glorify Srila Prabhupada, it will always remain an attempt, because at least I can speak for myself, that being on the mundane plane, be able to realize what actually the accomplishment of Srila Prabhupada really was, would involve a tremendous process undergoing purification of consciousness. But nevertheless, it was his express desire to establish an institution, a society, if you may want to call it that way. Because the words institution and organization to one connotation. However, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada very succinctly described it as the ontological aspect of Bhagavad Dharma. So this aspect of Dharma requires a platform of propagation, requires a platform by which all the purports that have been left behind by our previous acharyas can be understood, so that the devotees, all of us who are initially attracted by so many aspects of devotional service, depending on our own purification, our own accumulation over many lengthy, which brings us to the platform of actually trying to serve Vishrambhena Guru Sevanam. Srila Rupa Goswami, he says that the only to approach a spiritual master is Vishrambhena. Which actually means on one side awe and reverence, on the other hand a certain intimacy that comes